Great. Hey guys, welcome to the call. December 18th. Justin's going to chat about a few things he has in mind.
Yes. Just a couple notes real quick that I've been thinking about, and I'm just going to share a couple stories about failures that I've had during Plexus with other people. But one key point that I just want to point out is that this is just something I'm learning. So I just want to have a disclaimer. Everything I'm sharing is things I'm learning. It's not stuff that I'm trying to teach or preach to anybody. These are just lessons I have learned and am learning. But one thing I wanted to say is, as an ambassador, whether you're an ambassador for the Lord Jesus, whether you're an ambassador for Plexus, whether you're an ambassador for the United States or another country, still the position of ambassador is the same, regardless of what organization you're a part of. So, but one thing I'm learning is that the faster I learn to consider someone else's perspective, the more successful I'm going to be. Because I used to just go in and just bowl people over and then wonder why things didn't work. But I think that's a key point. The faster we learn that other people see and hear things when I talk, when I do things, the things I wear. I need to consider other people's perspective, not live for other people, mind you, but consider other people's perspective. So tonight I'm just going to talk about three real quick things. One is representation, two is presentation, and three is being present. And I think successful ambassadors represent well, they present well, and they are present. So we, as ambassadors, once again, any sort of ambassador, but for this, what we're talking about tonight, we are ambassadors for Plexus worldwide. And, we have the privilege to be an ambassador for this great company. We have a privilege to be an ambassador for health and wellness industry. We have a privilege to be ambassadors for which will at some point be $1 billion company. So, we have a great privilege, and how we represent Plexus, how we represent ourselves as Plexus ambassadors will attract or repel people from what we're trying to win them to. Does that make sense? In light of anything. So the things that we say, the things that we post, the things that we wear, all of those things are going to paint a picture to our market. So, a couple questions. How well do we represent health and wellness? I think it's an important question we need to ask ourselves. And how well do we represent a multi-million-dollar or almost billion-dollar company? I have an example of what not to do. Now, I am not saying what you should wear. I am not telling you what to wear by any means. However, in this case, I'm going to show you what not to wear to represent a almost billion-dollar company in health and wellness industry. So I actually wore this the other day to the grocery store. Hold on. Now, I'm going to have to back up. I have my contacts on too, but you have to get the full effect of this. Now, here I am. I am possibly the second highest ranking male in Illinois in Plexus. Okay? Does this make sense? And this is how I went to the store. Now, I have my flannel on, my hunting stocking cap. Hold on, I'll just stand it. Gray shorts. I'm not making this up. Black socks and my Brooks running shoes. And Megan said, she said, you're not going to the store like that. I said, it's Oakland. That's where
our town has less than 1,000 people. So, but you do know everyone.
I personally didn't care. If I just don't, you know what I'm saying? However, I'm learning to consider the perspective of other people. Okay? Now, yes, exactly my point. Very well done. Yes, exactly. Yes. Anyway, so let's think about this. Now, he does know he was on camera or was that staged? I'm not quite. He does not know. You were on camera. This will be recorded for the. But the timing of that was fit in perfect. It was a perfect segue. It couldn't have been timed any better. So anyway. Anyway, if you didn't catch it, go back and watch the video. It's rather entertaining. Anyway, and there's David. So, like I said, I'm learning to consider other people's perspective. Now, if I was in line, let's just think about this for a minute. And I talk to a lot of people about Plexus as far as the health benefits, as far as the business opportunity, how the business opportunity is incredible. Now, what if one of my level ones has been, networking to some guy saying, hey, you got to come see this guy. You got to see this guy, Justin. Let's go do this network marketing. I mean, we're really going to make some money. This is going to be awesome. Now, what if this level one and the guy he's networking to were to come into the grocery store and see me standing in line at the grocery store dressed like that? That guy is not going to join. I'm just telling. He did nothing about my outfit said health. Nothing about my outfit said wellness. Nothing about my outfit said multi-million-dollar, almost billion-dollar company. It just didn't. It said, state fair, maybe county fair. I'm not sure. I should have been selling cotton candy or something, So anyway, that's my point. We need to represent well. What are we representing? And we need to represent well. Don't go out of the house like this. Or if you have, just paint your own picture. Okay, we're representing a very successful company, and let's represent well.
And ourselves too.
And we're representing ourselves. And then most of us are Christians, so we're representing Christ. So let's just ask ourselves those questions. How well am I representing health and wellness today? How well am I representing a multi-million-dollar company? A lady, just to put it in perspective, so I did my clothing. There's a lady named Rita Davenport. If you haven't been to an event where Rita Davenport has spoken, get yourself to an event where Rita Davenport speaks. She is incredible, and she is hilarious. She made one thing that stood out to me in the very first big event I went to in Plexus. We went to Washington, D.C. to the Leaders Retreat. Megan earned it in 2015. I was her guest, so I got to go. And but she said this lady was a field representative for a company and ended up becoming the CEO of the company. Right? Mm-hmm. She's an incredible woman. Anyway, they gave her a watch. It's like a $30,000 watch, which that doesn't do much for me. I have a Iron Man, okay? But anyway, what she said was super important. She says, I wear two watches. I wear a 1995 watch that I can see, and then I wear a $30,000 watch so you all can see. The idea was she was representing success. She was representing a huge company, and I thought her perspective was incredible. So because other people, when they see that, they say, that's success. I want that. How did you do that? So no one asked me about success when I was dressed like this at the grocery store. No one asked me how I got this way. Okay, so keep that in mind. The other thing is, in light of other people's perspective, I love coffee, okay? I love coffee. And I don't need to drink coffee anymore because of Plexus, my energy. I still love coffee. I love to sit down and drink coffee with my friends. I love the way it tastes. But I remember being at the convention in June. Wasn't it June? Now, this convention place was bigger than our city. Okay, this place was ridiculous. Angie was there, and so they had a Starbucks outline. Do you remember this, Angie? The line for the Starbucks was, and people were late to the meetings trying to get coffee out of this one Starbucks. The line just went all the way down the hallway. It was unbelievable. But everybody had their Plexus shirts on and their all-day energy. Come on, join the all-day energy crew. And I heard a guy walk by and he said, man, something to the effect of, basically that stuff must not work if they all need this much coffee. Now, I love coffee, and I don't think we should take everybody's words as gospel. However, a picture was painted there for people, a perspective. So anyway, that comes to mind when I think of perspective. That was their perspective. This energy health and wellness company, these guys all need coffee. There's a mile long of them. And so anyway, I think we just need, back to the key, we need to learn to consider other people's perspective because they might have a point. Second thing is presentation. Okay, so we represent by what we do, what we wear, those things. Presentation is just as important as how we represent Plexus, is how we present it to others. You know, if you're sitting there talking to them, if you're presenting a business plan, if you're presenting the health products. However, this is just as important. And just an encouragement to you, an encouragement to myself, is that this takes time and practice. The first couple times you go and talk to somebody, you're going to say everything wrong, especially if it's someone you don't even know. If you're just going to go talk to them, a cold contact, you know, it's just going to be weird. It's not going to sound great. So it takes time and it takes practice. And you get more comfortable. The more you get to share your story, the more you get to share the products, the easier it gets and the more fun it becomes, really. I have a blast sharing it with people. So anyway, I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of some areas I've failed at with presenting Plexus with people. So the first one is, if you have a business card or a brochure, something like that, some samples, don't store them like in the bottom of your purse or in your jeans pocket, run it through the washer and hand it out. Don't do that. So I'm at a restaurant and there's this girl. I was really, at that time, really working up the courage to talk to people that I didn't know and just bring it up. But there were other people in the booth next to me, and I didn't want them to think, you know, I was coming on too strong. So, and I was a little embarrassed. It was new to me at the time. So I've got this. This is a sample, okay? So it's like wadded up in this Ziploc bag. You know, no one knows what it is, and I'm trying to whisper so the next booth doesn't hear me. And I'm like, hey, you know, this stuff changed our life. Now, she says, this is the waitress, I do not do drugs. And I'm like, no. So she thinks I'm offering her some sort of illegal drug here in this, my crumpled up Ziploc bag. I'm like, no, it's gut health, you know, blood sugar. And she's like, yeah, no, I don't know. So anyway, that's another one. So regardless, she did not. I did give her I had to talk her off the ledge because she thought I was giving her some sort of drug. So anyway, she never called or signed up. So one thing I've done to change that is I have the same, all this information is in here. It just looks kind of wrong, especially when you're whispering and kind of covering up most of it to hide from other people. It just looks bad, okay? Her perspective was creep, trying to sell me drugs in the corner booth of my restaurant. Now, when I talk to people, I don't whisper, okay? I am bold. I'm excited. I come up to them, and I'm not apologetic. I'll just tell them, hey, you ever heard of Plexus? Or, something like that. It just depends on what the conversation is. But now I give them the same brochure, nice, clean, crisp, not folded in 30 different things or in a Ziploc bag. I keep it in a bag that I carry on myself all the time, and they stay nice and neat. You open it up, and hold on. And I've got a nice little card here with my samples on it that looks nice. Color coordinated a little bit with the greens. Yeah. A business card on the back. It's more professional. They don't mistake me as a drug dealer anymore. And so anyway, perspective. It's about perspective. So don't, yeah. Just, oh yeah. So the other girl, there's another one. It gets better. But I'm talking to another girl, and I said, hey, I was at a gas station. I thought, why not? She's here. I'm here. She needs Plexus. She's pregnant. And anyway, she doesn't take anything when she's pregnant. And I say, she's like, so what are you? I'm like, I'm a hope dealer. Now, to the common ear in America, people don't hear hope dealer. Her response is dope dealer? And I'm like, this is not good. It was all within a week. I mean, I failed every single person I talked to. She's like, dope dealer? I'm pregnant. I don't do drugs. Like, no, gut health, whatever. And anyway, presentation. All about your presentation. So now I don't use hope dealer, and I don't use crumpled up bags that look like something that has weed in it. So I use the nice thing. It's nice, it's presentable, it's crisp, no confusion, and I'm bold when I tell people about it. So anyway, so back to the key. It's about, think about other people's perspective. What do they see and what do they hear when we're talking to them? The last thing is to be present. And once again, these are things we're learning. These are not things that we're preaching at people. So, but I'm learning that a successful ambassador is present. They're present. They're present at events. They're present at meetings. And they're present at calls, etc. And they're just present when it comes to their team. Whether it's answering emails, phone calls, team calls, managing their team page, whatever the case is, they're present. They are present. And a quick disclaimer, I understand that everybody's busy. We understand as much as anybody. We have a whole house full of kids. We're homeschooling and just running in lots of different directions. So I know that we have priorities in life. And I know that Plexus is not always going to win out. And I know we have to say no to good things sometimes. I get that. I get that. However, we need to be present at as many things as realistically possible, I think, when it comes to this business. Once again, realistically possible. We can't make everything. We know that. But we've made it a priority, and we want to be present at as many things as we can. 2 reasons why. One is when you're involved in something like this, you're encouraged. You come because you receive encouragement. Another thing happens when we come to things like this is you're an encouragement. When we first started this phone call tonight, see, I know for a fact that the Lord wants us to be in Plexus. So we're in Plexus. It hadn't always been easy. But so when we started the meeting, there was nobody else on. I didn't know we had a glitch, but I thought, wow, this is really interesting to talk about being present. And there's not one person that joined tonight. So anyway, But to see you guys out there and to see that you have prioritized this amount of time tonight is an encouragement to me. It's kind of like a church event, you know. Some people go every time the church doors are open, they go. You know, they're there. You just know they're going to be there. And those people are the ones who are most used. Those guys are typically the most encouraged. And those ones are typically the ones who are most encouraging. And, you know, what happens when one of those guys just starts to say, I'm just not going to go anymore. Doesn't really matter. Well, they're not going to be encouraged anymore. And other people, because those people have left and they're absent, other people are going to become discouraged. Does that make sense? Does this make sense? So this is an encouragement to us. It keeps us going to see you guys out there, to see you guys active on the team page and stuff. It's an encouragement to me. So we need to be present. We need to make it a priority. If this is a priority, we need to make it a priority. Some of the things that I'm just going to point out that I think that we should be present at are the big events. There's 3 big events a year. If you've not been involved or to one of these big events, I highly recommend you go. They're awesome. The speakers are awesome. The people you get to hang out with are awesome. The new friends you get to meet are awesome. We were at Leaders Retreat in Dallas. Angie was there, and they look outside, and there's just a big group of Plexus people down in the lobby just praying together. So I don't know. I think Plexus is special, but the big events are a lot of fun, and they're really, really encouraging. The big events are, like I mentioned, the Leaders Retreat. That's in October of every year. You have to qualify to go. Make it a priority to go. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. You can learn so much and apply so much of the things you learn to a lot of areas of life. The second thing is the annual convention. This is in June. We don't know where it's going to be this year. I think they're going to announce it at the Super Saturday event, I believe. I hope. And then the last thing I want to mention is the Super Saturday event that's coming up June 6th and 7th. If you are registered to go, the registration is closed now, I think. But if you're registered to go, go. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I think where we're going, there'll be 1,000 people there. It's open for 1,000 people. Great testimonies, great speakers. It's just a real encouragement to go. And you get to network. You get to meet a lot of people, a lot of like-minded people. It's just a lot of fun. So if you're registered, go. If you're not registered and it's fairly close, I'd recommend trying to sneak in anyway. It's just a lot of fun. Also, the Friday night before Super Saturday, Plexus puts on an opportunity event. If you're talking to people about Plexus, you got some people who are somewhat interested, this is a great opportunity to throw a huge opportunity event for free. Just get a carload of people and take them with you or invite them to go. It's open to the public. They can go use it. It'd be well worth it. Megan and I get the opportunity this year to speak at the one in Springfield on Friday night at the opportunity event. So that'd be interesting to say the least, but we're going to try to load up a lot of people who are interested in Plexus in our family bus. And we're going to head to Springfield and see what happens. So,
and actually, my sponsor, yeah. Carrie, she's actually in charge of organizing the event, right? Mm-hmm. So that's fun that she gets to do that because she lives in Springfield.
So take advantage of that opportunity event Friday night if you live close enough and can do that. It'd be worth it. A couple things. One thing is I think we need to promote the big events more. Just because they're so worth it. We need to promote the big events more with our teams, with our people, and we need to attend the big events. Not just promote them, we need to attend them ourselves because leaders are born at events. I've read this over and over and over again. Last year we went to Leaders Retreat. She qualified last year. We went, and when I left, I left with the attitude of we can do this. This year when I left Leaders Retreat, I qualified to go myself this year. And when I left this year, my attitude was we have to do this. So it's just it's incredible. I just really encourage you to take advantage of these big events. So first we need to promote the big events. We need to attend the big events. And 3, we need to take others with us to the big events. We need to invite them and just bring our teammates with us. It's a lot of fun. And it's an encouragement. So let me keep going. A couple other things outside of the big events that I think we need to be present at are Zoom calls like this. They're important. They're an encouragement. Megan and I get the opportunity to be in front of you, and you get a chance to hear our heart, hopefully gain some encouragement. We're not sharing any earth-shattering things by doing these. We're not going to try to recreate the wheel doing this, but we just want to be in front of you. We want to be present, let you know kind of what's going on with the team, let you know what's going on with us. So that's what we want to do. So Zoom calls, opportunity events, sip and sees, etc. All these things that are going on with your team, to the best of your ability, try to be present. It's just an encouragement when, it's just an encouragement when the team leader shows up. I don't know what it is. I see Rob Heffley. I just smile. I don't know what, I just get excited, and so it's an encouragement, and we should be present at these smaller events as well. Why? 1 is so we can be encouraged, and 2, again, so we can be an encouragement. Once again, the key of what I'm trying to share tonight is perspective. When other people see that their team leader is present at these things, they'll start to put value on it as well. When people in our downline see that, well, they don't really care about these calls or these events, why should I? It's, more is caught than taught. And I think the key is we need to keep in mind other people's perspective, not only people we're reaching, but the people we're leading as well. So the next question is, how good are we about being present? It's a pretty simple question. The last thing, that's really all I got to share about all those things, but we're changing some things with our schedule, right? You want to talk about that at all? So Sunday nights like this is an 8 o'clock Zoom call that we're going to be doing every Sunday night except for Christmas night. We're not going to do it. Megan may call and sing you a Christmas carol on Facebook Live. But we're going to be doing these Sunday evening events. We're just going to let you know where we're at, and just offer a little bit of encouragement of what we're learning or what we have learned or what we want to learn, what we're afraid of, all those things. Monday mornings at 6:30 Central Standard Time, we're going to continue doing our we get together and pray at 6:30. You're more than welcome to join us, or anybody on your team if they want to join in. It's going to be a Facebook Live is what it is on our team page. So we've enjoyed doing that. I think there's great benefit in praying together. And so if you have prayer requests, another thing is on Sunday evenings, go ahead and put them on the team page. Megan will put a post on the team page about prayer requests. So feel free to put those in there. We'd love to pray with you and for you. Tuesday nights, this is kind of fun. At least twice a month, there's going to be new ambassador training. It's probably going to be led by Megan. Sometimes I'll be involved in that. It's just the way our home schedule works for that. But also, we're going to be doing once a month an opportunity event where Megan and I are just going to get on and just share our story. Might be with the same people month after month. I hope not. But take advantage of that. So if you're talking to people, our goal with this is just to share our story, who we are, a little bit about what Plexus is and what it does, the opportunities it has. So use that to your advantage. It's a monthly opportunity event. If you have people who are interested, tag them on that page and let them watch, see what happens. One thing I have found too is that these having the opportunity event is very helpful when I'm sharing Plexus with people, because now I have something to point them to. Before, when the conversation they were kind of questioning it, my conversation kind of dried up. I didn't know where else to go. But now with this monthly opportunity event, I just say, well, hey, I tell you what, let's become friends on Facebook, and we have a monthly opportunity event. You can check it out. You can listen to our story. If you like it, let me know. If not, no big deal. But it gives me something to point to. It just makes it so much easier. Some of the books I read say point them to the next event. So when you end one event, point to the next event to keep people excited, keep pointing them forward. So it's something that this opportunity event hopefully will do, is to give you guys and us a place to point some of these prospective people to.
I was out for lunch with some girls last Tuesday, and so I always make it just to be a good example. I always introduce the waitress to Plexus, and so that was the day that we were doing that Facebook Live opportunity event. So I invited her, and she came. So she knows that. She feels like Plexus would be a good fit, and she knows feels like the product would be good. So yeah, it's interesting. You never know. So it's nice to have those to be able to invite people to.
I should be signing up a few people from that opportunity event. So the idea of that is just, if there's people interested or maybe even on the fence, just send them, and hopefully they'll hear, and we'll send them back to whatever ambassador invited them to the call. So those are some things we're going to continue with. On Christmas Day, there's not going to be a Sunday evening team call like this, but the next Sunday there will be, which is New Year's Day. So we'll start again on New Year's Day. I have some scriptures that the Lord gave me for 2017, and a couple of them are very interesting. So I'm going to share those with everybody on January 1st.
That's a good day to have a team call.
Yeah, start the year off right. So, So that's pretty much it. Thursday, December 29th.
They're not. No one's local.
Nobody's local, but if you're in the Champaign area, we're going to be getting together at 6 o'clock for whoever can make it, just to hang out and eat supper and just kind of hang out. No, it's not a meeting. It's nothing like that. Just eat and talk and just enjoy other teammates. So I think that's it, really.
Yeah, we have a few minutes left. I was just going to say, I kind of always have on my brain, IPAs. And so it's been really crazy. I'm kind of a new worship team director at our church, and getting together Christmas music for Christmas Sunday, and it's been just a whirlwind. Christmas shopping, and you guys know how it is. Big family, your brain is everywhere. So I've just been like, oh my goodness, how do I get my Plexus stuff worked in here? But hello, I'm not taking into consideration that when I'm out and about, I'm talking to people about Plexus. I'm friending them on my phone, giving out samples, and then writing them down. Even if you can't follow up with them that day, because that's how I tend to be. I feel like I have to just contact them and chat with them right away. Even if you can't do that right away, it's that networking thing. I feel like buying up our opportunities and keeping our ears open. Where was I? Oh, I was at the health food store in Terre Haute. We were shopping and just picking up a couple things for my sister. And there's a girl in line. I didn't even really look at her until I was actually chatting with her. I just decided, hey, I'm going to chat with this lady. And I said, hey, I'm curious if Plexus is very big in this area. She's like, no, I've never heard of it. She had the worst cystic acne all over her face, really, really bad. And she was actually purchasing a cleanse because she knew that she needed to do something. And she felt like, she said, I've tried everything. So it's just interesting how pray specifically that God just directs people to you, because you'll be pleasantly surprised at who the Lord sends, because they need the products or they need the business or whatever. So it's really interesting. And as you're with lots of family and friends and all that, don't be afraid to share and to chat.
I'll do that.
So our kids are done with their movie. They're starting to come in. But anyways, that was just something I had on my brain, is just buy up opportunities we have.
Yeah.
The next couple weeks.
Yeah. Whenever somebody comes across your mind, I'm learning, just contact them, no matter how weird it is or how impossible it seems. There's a guy I become friends with, and in 2014, he was posting some things like a Plexus website. Like he was an ambassador. So I thought that's kind of weird. He hasn't posted anything since. But he's been on my mind a lot because he's been posting about how he has insomnia. He can't sleep. And I'm like, damn, aren't you on Plexus? What's wrong with you? And so anyway, he contacted me the other day, and he wants to sign up for Plexus. And once again, he reached out to me. I didn't reach out to him, and I missed the opportunity to do that. But I said, aren't you an ambassador? He said, I don't know what I am. I dated some girl. I don't know what she did. She had me, I think she just put some stuff on my Facebook page. So, so I almost missed out on an opportunity there. So he's planning on signing up sometime soon. So you know what I mean? Like when people come across your brain for no reason, you can't get them off your mind, either to pray for them or whatever. But heck, reach out to them with Plexus. They might. We pray for opportunity all the time, so I shouldn't be surprised when people come across my mind, but I am.
We have a couple minutes. Does anyone have any questions or want to chat about anything? You can unmute yourself. You have something on your brain. He's chatting. He thinks it's his turn to talk.
Okay, well, I was just going to say, when you're talking about the way you present yourself or whatever, and you're out and several days a week, my boys have Taekwondo, and so I go to the mall and walk. And, of course, I always have a Plexus hat, Plexus shirt, something on. Like I try not to overdo it, but I have at least one thing on where people can clearly see this as Plexus. But so one day I get there, and I wasn't intending on going, but it just so happens that I was like, well, I don't have anything else to do. I'm going to go. And of course I run into someone on my team, and I'm a total disaster. And I was like, oh my word. Of course she conveyed that I looked perfect or whatever, but I was thinking, I am never going to let this happen again because I do not want to look a disaster, because I did have my Plexus hat on. But anyways, it's so true. You have to be careful about how you, when you got Plexus all over you.
Exactly. You else have anything? No. Ready?
Alrighty. Well, you guys have a good week.
Some of you we may not see, so if not, have a Merry Christmas. And some people will have this recorded on the team page. So this is for you 3 people, and for whoever else watches. But have a Merry Christmas. And if you don't have anywhere to go and you're local or somewhere local, you're more than welcome to come to my in-laws' house on Christmas Day. We'll eat a big meal. They'd love to feed you. And
come worship with us.
But you're more than welcome to come and join him. And so I just wanted to throw that invite out. That's a serious invitation. So anyway, that's all we got.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.